Kia ora, I'm Erin J. Doyle. Welcome to my channel. It is time for a writing update. I can't even remember the last time I gave you one. I don't know where I was up to last time I told you. But as things currently stand, I'm done. Kind of. I have done everything that I can do. I have edited brutally, I have line edited into prettiness, I have proofread, I have done everything that I can do. It is time for beta readers and oh my god, I'm terrified. It is so scary to give not just a little section but like a big chunk of my book to a stranger to give me feedback. And the thing is, I'm going to have to go strangers. The people who know me know how the story ends because it's rooted in my life. They know what path the character's going to take. They know what trials there are going to be, more or less. I mean, the work is fiction, but it's so heavily based on reality. I think anyone who actually knows my life knows the book. So I can't go to even my most heartless objective monster friend couldn't be a beta reader for me and actually give me useful feedback. Talking hard. So there's that. And prior to doing that, I also need to have a title and a blurb and a very good idea of how I'm going to manage the beta reading situation. What I have done previously with my vampire book was go to friends and family just as like a trial beta reader practice because I didn't have strangers. I need to kind of clarify here. I knew they'd be super biased, but I thought I could do like a trial beta read with the friends and family so I could figure out the process. And from that terrible, horrible idea, I did learn that you can't give people a whole book. So many people wasted my time. There were people who did not finish it and I waited around for them to finish it and they just didn't. So time wasters. And there were also issues with people forgetting things. So if there's a part of the story where I'm like, I need to make sure that the character's reaction here is realistic, that's probably not a detail that people are going to remember at the end of the book unless that scene happens at the end of the book. But if it's just little subtle things like, is the character's reaction to this situation realistic? Is the dynamic between this character and this character who is just a brief cameo for one chapter and never mentioned again, is that working? I don't think that's the kind of feedback I can get if someone's read the whole book before I get to ask. So I do think I need to go like in increments. I don't want to go as in depth as Jenna Morisi does. I know she's talked about in her videos how she goes one chapter at a time and then she has a phone interview with the beta reader as they finish each chapter. I think maybe that's a little bit too much given that I have a very large number of very short chapters. I think I can go clusters of chapters quite easily. That's kind of as far as I've gone. I think I need to maybe have a list of specific things that I want to touch on while talking to a beta reader so I can not just get general overall impressions but I can actually check in on specific things. That's where I'm up to. That's what I've done. I finished the book and then I've hit panic. I have given it a title I don't care about. Like, it's fine. But it's just like the character's name. It's not an inspiring, fun, interesting, eye-catching title. But I'm really struggling with titles because, first of all, it's a story about a woman who goes for a walk. That's it. That really limits my titling options. The other thing that I have been thinking about and hesitating a lot about is the fact that my book is set on the Camino de Santiago. That setting is a major selling point, and if I could work it into the title, that would be smart. The problem is that certainly not all, but I would say easily the majority of books set on the Camino de Santiago are non-fiction, and they are all to the effect of someone went for a walk on the Camino and they found Jesus, or they gave up the drugs, or they decided to do XYZ. They made some significant life choice. Like, cool, but also I'm writing a work of fiction based on my life, so I'm kind of being a bit of a hypocrite, I guess. But I don't want to accidentally imply in any way that this is a book about somebody finding themselves, somebody finding Jesus, somebody having a glorious spiritual experience, because it is not. This is a character walking a Catholic pilgrimage and walking into churches and learning about saints whilst being very cynical about that. So I'm very nervous about using Camino related imagery or language in the title of the book, because I think it'd be very easy to sell the book to the very wrong reader. I think to some degree the blurb can address that, but I think the title is the big one. There are people who will 100% buy a book without reading the blurb, so title and cover are going to be really important in making sure I don't accidentally market to somebody who wants to read something that's very much about the religious aspects of the Camino de Santiago. And I feel like I need to nail down the title blurb situation before I can go to recruiting beta readers, because those are part of the beta reading recruitment process. Like, it's, hi, I've written a book called this, or hi, I've written a book about XYZ. Do you want to beta read it? And I need to make sure that I'm very clear with my XYZ as to what this book is going to be. I have written a blurb which I think does a good job on communicating that this is not a book about faith, but I might have gone too far, because I mention murder in the blurb. The book is not a murder mystery. The book is not a thriller. And I'm a little bit concerned that by throwing in murder, I have, whilst being correct, I've maybe thrown in something that is too kind of eye-catching or distracting for someone to read the rest of the blurb and understand what the book is actually about. I think they might see the word murder and go, oh, it's going to be this, that and the other thing, when it is not. Tricky. So yeah, that's where I'm up to. I mean, I've made, you know, the big milestone progress. I have done the book. Now I just have to figure out where to find beta readers, what process I'm going to use to handle the beta reading process. Yes, the process for the process, important. And I need to make sure that I am recruiting beta readers using the correct language that I get beta readers who will actually read the book, which I think is going to be something that's going to matter for the beta reading as well as like future marketing. So it's very important that I get that right. So that's my current mission, and it's why I haven't made any announcement about Camp Nano, because really I'm just looking at this one little paragraph of text every day and going, do I keep that word? Do I mention this subplot? Oh, what do I do? Yeah, so that's what I'm up to. If you have any useful tips, tricks, blah blah blah, do leave them in the comments, because oh my god, I'm so lost. And if you enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe, etc. And I'll see you next time. Bye!